Now on CoastTV News.
A deadly morning crash in Angola. Delaware State Police releasing details of the cause of this crash. Thousands of people rock in Ocean City. How this helps the town up next.
And it's been a spectacular day on Delmarva. Plenty of sunshine, quite breezy. We've seen some winds gusting as high as 40 miles an hour. Temperatures holding in the 70s. I'm tracking more pleasant dry weather into the start of the week before we see some changes in the middle part of next week. All the details are coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
People lined up and ready to rock and roll in Ocean City. Good evening, I'm Brandon Ferguson. Welcome to CoastTV News at 6. We begin tonight with breaking news coming out of former President Joe Biden's office. Former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. That, according to a statement from his personal office released today. NBC News reports that Biden sought care after experiencing urinary symptoms on Friday. He was diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer that has spread to the bone. In a statement from Biden's office, it says the cancer is hormone sensitive and can be managed. Biden and his family are now reviewing treatment options with his doctors. NBC News first reported this diagnosis today, May 18th. We have a full article on CoastTV.com right now on former President Joe Biden's prostate cancer diagnosis. Today in Ocean City, it was day 2 of Boardwalk Rock. Whether it was by car, foot, or the bus, there are waves of people looking to take part in the first ever Boardwalk Rock. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us how all these people helped businesses in town.
This weekend held the first ever Boardwalk Rock in Ocean City. And with the amount of crowds coming in, Andrada Roba, who's a manager at a coffee shop right along Baltimore Avenue, says it's hard keeping up with the waves of people.
Way busier than expected. So usually in the morning between like 9 and noon, it was a line all the way out for like 3 hours straight.
Rob Zombie, Nickelback, and Def Leppard were just some of the headliners for Boardwalk Rock. And with all the tickets being sold out, trying to find a place to park your car was an issue for many. What usually takes us 12 minutes to drive into Ocean City and start covering our story took well over an hour. After driving in the traffic into downtown Ocean City, there was no parking in sight, which resulted in us following the wave of cars to park across the Route 50 bridge, then walk right back over to head towards the event. Something many people had to do. But for Ron Weidlich, who drove all the way from Pennsylvania to rock and roll along the coast, Weidlich says the town being busy can be nothing but positive for OC.
It brought a lot of people in that wouldn't be here normally, you know, and yeah, I think it does great for the city.
Weidlich says he plans on coming back next year, as well as attending Country Calling later this year. I'm Kevin Zapay, Ocean City, CoastTV News.
Boardwalk Rock was put on by the same producers of Oceans Calling and Country Calling. These other two festivals have proven to be very successful, with 50,000 in attendance for 2024's Ocean Calling and about the same for Country Calling. Oceans Calling is going on to its 4th year on the beach, while Country Calling will be only on its 2nd. A campaign in Ocean City is reminding people to walk smart, bike smart, and drive smart. The state of Maryland's Department of Transportation and Ocean City officials have been working on it for years to stress the importance of being safe and following rules of the road. State Highway has even invested in median fencing to encourage the efforts. This summer, the Walk Smart campaign posters will be put up on buses, and improvements have been made to crosswalks in Ocean City. And we're now going to take a live look outside into Ocean City, a beautiful view of the beach, and bring in our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono. And Chris, it's a beautiful day today, but you have some more details about the tornado from Friday.
Yeah, that's right, Brandon. The National Weather Service office in Mount Holly kind of putting their final touches on that surveying they did yesterday, confirming an EF1 tornado struck portions of Dorchester County, beginning just to the southeast of Rhodesdale. Then it pushed to the east into Galestown. That is where most of the damage occurred. Peak winds 100 to 110 miles an hour, barn damage, a lot of uprooted trees, branches down, 600 yards wide, the path just over 11 miles, and then that tornado dissipated as it pushed to the south of Bethel, Delaware. Most importantly, no injuries or fatalities were reported with that tornado. Right now, beautiful conditions out there, 76 degrees with a few puffy cumulus clouds. Temperatures right now pretty steady and uniform in the mid-70s across the area. It's been a windy day. We've seen winds gusting upwards of 41 miles an hour in Salisbury, 35 in Ocean City. Right now, winds are generally anywhere between about 25 to 30 with those gusts. We're just seeing a few cumulus clouds across the area right now as drier air filters in. More severe weather out in the Midwest, but we're going to stay dry and sunny through the start of the week. We do see some changes, though, as we roll into the middle part of the week with some widespread rain. We'll talk more about that rain threat coming up in the full 7-day forecast. Brandon?
Thank you, Chris. And on your screen now, you're going to see pictures coming out of Thursday crash at Cedar Creek Road. The Milton Fire Department and Ellendale FD, as well as Sussex County EMS, responded to this crash. Milton FD says one person was left in critical condition. And new info in a deadly crash near Angola. Delaware State Police have identified the victim of Friday's fatal crash near Angola as 48-year-old Perry Vance of Millsboro. The crash happened just before 6 a.m. on Friday when Vance's Nissan Sentra veered off of Holly Mount Road and struck a parked flatbed trailer, pushing it into a second, and Vance died at the scene. In Rehoboth Beach, the Beach Patrol Station is gearing up for the grand opening. Preliminary work began in December of 2023, and according to the city, the project cost $5.5 million, which is currently about $750,000 over budget. The grand opening will take place this Thursday, May 22nd. Pope Leo XIV was officially installed as the leader of the world's Catholics in an inaugural mass in the Vatican today. The pontiff pledged to safeguard the Catholic Church's teachings while urging it to face modern challenges head-on. Addressing thousands in St. Peter's Square, Leo emphasized the need for the 1.4 billion member church to remain rooted in its tradition, saying there was no room for religious propaganda or power plays in the institution's future. And at that was Vice President J.D. Vance, as well as Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Ukrainian President Zelensky. They were among the tens of thousands of people at St. Peter's Square for the formal installation service of history's first American Pope.
Well, we're going to take the sunshine and dry weather over the last 2 days and bring it into Monday and Tuesday. But then, as we go into Wednesday and Thursday, we run into a bit some trouble. Some widespread rain moves in. We'll talk more about that coming up in my full 7-day forecast.
Russia attacks Ukraine overnight. Over 250 exploding drones were used. We have this story and details from a Mexican naval training ship striking the Brooklyn Bridge and killing 2. We have those stories next.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Overnight, Russia launched one of its most intense drone attacks on Ukraine since the start of its invasion in 2022, firing more than 270 exploding drones, that according to Ukraine's Air Force. More than 270 exploding drones and decoys. 88 were intercepted and 128 lost, likely because they were electronically jammed. According to Ukraine's Air Force, a 28-year-old woman was killed in the attack and 3 others, including a 4-year-old child, were wounded. President Trump says he will be speaking tomorrow with Russian President Vladimir Putin about ending the war in Ukraine. It comes after representatives from Ukraine and Russia held face-to-face talks in Turkey on Friday. It was the first time the two countries held direct talks at any level in the last 3 years. Now moving into the United States, 2 people died and more than a dozen others were injured late last night when a Mexican naval training ship struck the Brooklyn Bridge. New York City Mayor Eric Adams said 19 people were injured, and Adams said on social media early today they remained in critical condition and 2 more have passed away from their injuries. The crash happened when a Mexican Navy ship hit the bridge during a sailing maneuver on a training cruise, according to a social media post from the Mexican Navy. According to officials, no one fell into the water, but divers went into the water as precaution.
Well, we're looking at a really nice evening on Delmarva under clear skies. Temperatures falling into the 60s through the evening. Eventually, some of us in the upper 50s into early Monday morning. Coming up, we'll talk about a beautiful start to the week before some unsettled weather rolls back in. My full 70 forecast is coming right up after the break. Well, after our active weather on Friday, we are being rewarded with a spectacular weekend. Not as warm as where we were at yesterday, but plenty of blue skies. Taking a live look into Ocean City from our Gateway Subaru cam. Folks taking in the Boardwalk Rock concert there. It's been a picture-perfect day. A bit on the breezy side, though. Temperatures right now 76, winds out of the west-northwest at about 13 miles an hour. You can see temperatures holding 76 Lewis, we're at 77 Rehoboth, 74 in Milton, 76 Bridgeville, we're at 76 in Delmar, and we're also seeing a temperature of 76 in Salisbury. We saw a temperature of 41 miles an hour in Salisbury. Winds right now generally 33 mile an hour gusts, Millsboro, 34 Indian River Inlet. These winds will subside a bit through the overnight. 78 degrees was our high today after a morning low of 61, so 3 degrees above that average. Still getting above average despite those gusty winds. Temperatures are going to stay pretty steady into tomorrow as well. We have a small craft advisory up through 6 Monday, Delaware Bay through down to Fenwick Island. Bayside, that runs through about 10 o'clock. Could see some winds offshore upwards of 25 to 30 miles an hour. Just a few cumulus clouds rolling over. We're going to have another cold front that's pushing through tonight. That's going to usher in more drier air. This system is going to be making headlines here as more severe weather breaks out across the plains. It's been quite an impressive season so far. Deadly tornadoes in Kentucky as well. Tonight, clear skies, temperatures falling around 59 in Georgetown, 60 in Rehoboth. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine. We're going to continue the theme into Monday and Tuesday. Then as we go into Wednesday, that's when the showers and potentially even a few thunderstorms roll back in, but some widespread rain will be working into the area by Wednesday. So temperatures tomorrow, pretty similar to today. 78 in Georgetown. We'll see 76 Easton, 78 Cambridge, 76 in Denton. Still a bit on the breezy side as well. 78 in Salisbury, 79 Pocomoke City. Plenty of sunshine along the coast as well. 75 Lewis, 72 in Rehoboth, 79 Chicotee. We'll see 78 in Ocean City, 75 in Bethany Beach. So plenty of sunshine tomorrow. West-northwest winds gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour. I think by Tuesday morning, some of us interior could dip into the upper 40s, and then we're a bit cooler on Tuesday, but still pretty nice day with a northerly wind, temperatures in the lower 70s. And then as we get into Wednesday, it's a damp start with the shower activity rolling in. There's those winds gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour tomorrow. We'll see calmer winds by Tuesday, but the precipitation chances really begin to ramp up as we go into Tuesday. An area of low pressure is going to push over the Great Lakes, and then we're going to see another area of low pressure pass virtually over us or just to our southeast off the coast, and that's going to allow widespread rain to build in Wednesday. So Wednesday looking like a rather washout at this point, and we could see around us some heavier rain Wednesday into Thursday. I think the system clears out just in time for Memorial Day weekend. But on top of the rain, below average temperatures. I think we struggle to get out of the 60s on Wednesday. Thursday still in the 60s. Friday we dry out with a stray shower, and then we are trending milder back into the 70s just in time for Memorial Day weekend.
New Social Security policies on the way, how there is controversy surrounding the policy. The Social Security Administration is dropping a controversial anti-fraud policy that sparked widespread concern among senior citizens. According to an email sent to workers, the agency will no longer hold retirement benefit applications for 3 days to check for fraud. The decision comes as the backlog in retirement benefit claims has swelled to nearly 575,000 applications. Originally, the agency wanted to bar applicants from filing for benefits over the phone, saying it would be too hard to verify their identity, but instead they would have to do it online or visit a field office. Still to come on Coast TV News, it's been said to never go to sleep mad at your partner, but one study says it could be healthy. But first, over 16,000 pounds of ice cream and frozen yogurt recalled. Find out why next. You may want to check your freezers. Wells Enterprises has recalled over 16,000 gallons of ice cream and frozen yogurt due to possible plastic contamination. The company says the products were distributed to 103 distribution centers nationwide. They were sold in 3-gallon tubs and includes 22 flavors. The affected products all have a best buy date ranging from March to October of 2026. No illnesses or injuries have been reported yet. It might be time to stop listening to the age-old adage, you should never go to bed angry. Clinical psychologists say trying to resolve problems before bed might mean quick discussions that overlook individual needs. It might also delay sleep, which could lead to less of controlling of emotions. Instead, some experts say a good night's rest could help the brain reset, and it could help partners engage in a more thoughtful communication. After the break here on Coast TV News at 6, as we take a beautiful look outside into Ocean City, we have a final check on your forecast. Each Friday, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV. You can sign up now for our Feel Good Friday newsletter at coasttv.com/signup.
And we got all green bikes for our Monday forecast. Plenty of sunshine, a bit breezy. Still going to see some gusts anywhere between about 30-35 miles an hour, but looking pretty good for the bike ride tomorrow on Delmarva. You get your forecast anytime by dialing our First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Broxton Mandalas Federico. Now, your 10-day forecast shows the dry weather continuing into Tuesday, 72. Now, as we go into Wednesday, widespread rain rolls into the area. Could even see some heavier rain Wednesday into Thursday. Temperatures well below average, though, in the 60s, but we rebound just in time for Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you, Chris. Looking good there. And thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Be sure to join us tonight at 11. Until then, have a great night.